Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Wolverine Guy Kill. Bullets, 2 1.
Right up Main Street.
We win this shit.
Oh my god, penetration.
Wolverine Guy Kill. Welcome to the Wolverine Nation.
All right, hello everybody. Good morning. Welcome. I'm Wolverine Guy Kev. I am a professional opera singer and a 46-year-old father of 4. Is trying to lose some pounds here today. It's leg and shoulder day, so we're going to be focusing on the quads. We are working Bulgarian split squats. We are working sissy squats, probably some elevated heel squats, and then if I've got any energy or time after that, because I do have to teach a voice lesson after this, we're going to be working maybe some calves, do some calf raises, and then I'll swap the hamstring workouts out into my glute focus workout, and that's the plan for today. So this is 4th of July week. This is today is the last day that a lot of Americans are going to have all 10 fingers. So that's a fact. And they don't even know it. Some may end up with some may not have learned the lessons from previous years. Who knows? So we're tomorrow we're going to be freedoming through. I will have children and wife tomorrow. Who knows if they're going to allow me to do what I do unencumbered? We'll find out tomorrow. This weekend, I am working on bartending. I'm singing on Friday. I think Friday night, depending on what my wife is doing, we don't have a date. We haven't had one of those in a while. So, gotta say, we actually never went out for our anniversary. We had everything set up too. We had a sitter. We had all of this. Hey, Hack Jerrington, how you doing? And she got sick. So our anniversary was basically like, let's just go to bed, which sucks. It was our 10-year, and you know, I love my wife just as much now as literally the day I met her. You know, it's just nice to once in a while actually be able to show her that rather than trying to plod through the day like we do, because she works an insane amount of hours. She's the hardest working person that I know. And just woke up. I'll let you know what I can say. Man, fucking mainline that coffee, Jack. So yeah, she is working one of those insane double shifts today. And she was complaining the other day that the clinic that she works at is not open tomorrow. And not only that, but there's no point to it being open tomorrow because none of the doctors would be. What's coffee? Coffee is what keeps me from killing people in the morning. But like, she can't run labs because the labs are all closed. Doctors aren't scheduling clinic days because, well, they're doctors and they ain't going to work on a holiday. So there's no reason for her clinic to be open tomorrow. It's literally pointless because they can't do anything because they rely on other people in order to do the job that they do. So she was complaining about it, and I looked her dead ass in the face. I'm like, I am honestly glad that you are being forced to take a day off, because she just works too damn hard. And I know she's like, we need the cash because we're catching up. And we bought a fucking house last year, and we're really finally starting to play catch up. So, yeah, she really does. And I mean this. There's absolutely no bias, no me sucking up in case she's watching. She is literally the hardest working person I know. And I never feel like I am doing enough. And that's not like a complex or anything, but I just like, I wish I was pulling my weight as much as her. But it's like, like I'm looking at it as I've got all this time that I just spend at home, and they're like, oh, I'm going to work out. Like, that's what I do during the day. But I can't get a regular job to work around the schedule that Cadence needs. That's the issue. I had one, and then they went back on that. And then now I'm so we're talking about the sexy mama Jen because she is the bomb. And now the issue is that I am very, very, very upfront and specific. Like, you will work around my kid's schedule, or I don't want to work for you. But just don't bother hiring me, because I don't have a support system in place for what I need. And that has a lot to do with the fact that it's not just watching my kid, it's transporting my kid. And that is a whole different issue. Amen on support systems. And that's not discounting the contributions of my in-laws. My in-laws will come here at the drop of a hat and run my kids wherever I need them to go. They live an hour away, and I feel bad asking them to do it. I do it like when I need to. But both my parents, they passed away, so I have nothing on my side of the family to help me out. And this isn't me throwing a pity party. This is me again. All of this is how much I appreciate my wife, because one of us had to take one for the team and focus on the 3-year-old. And that it doesn't make any sense for it to be her, because the amount of money she pulls in as a nurse, I'm like, hey, that's like showing your butthole money. I feel that Doof works so hard, and I feel like I don't do enough. Yeah, I'm a homemaker. I homeschool one of the kids, and then financially it makes me feel poop. And it's really hard for me to, and you're going through the same thing. It's really hard for me to look at the contributions that I'm making and try to make that equivalent to what my spouse does. It's really, really hard, because I'm the one making dinner. I'm the one cleaning the house. I'm the one transporting the kids. Really, I'm the one that's primarily, for lack of a better way to describe it, dealing with Cadence. Even when she is home, like, he has his moments where it's like, fuck off, daddy, I'm going with mama. But I'm the one that's keeping him occupied, and I'm the one keeping everyone out of her hair so she can decompress. I don't do the greatest job at it sometimes, because by the time Cadence comes home, I'm already exhausted. And that's my chronic illness issues. The admin side of my job as well. Right. I wish I could help with the admin side of Jen's job, but we'd be breaking laws at that point. HIPAA is not forgiving. It's just not. Chev, you're a dad. And I'm not discounting what I do. It just, compared to what my wife does, it never seems like it's enough. And that's on me. That's not the way that she's making me feel or anything like that. That's completely on me. And she's constantly telling me, like, you do all of this stuff. I mean, fuck, I gave up my career. Completely gave up my career. I don't bother with anything outside of kids, and I did it willingly. I did it at the drop of a fucking hat. I went back to fucking food service just to kind of pitch in a little bit. I said I would never do that. And it's for the kids, and I'm cool with it. Anyway, the long story short is, I appreciate my wife. That was really what I was getting at. So But yeah, I can't help Jen with the admin side of things because then I would have to know protected patient information. It's not like leasing, where none of that is protected by law. She would lose her license and possibly face a lot of fines. Just at the OnlyFans donk page money. Believe me when I say this, that's looking more and more attractive right now. Like all you want to do is see the chocolate starfish. All right, here you go. Have at it. It's not pretty. What are you guys up to this week? You got any 4th of July plans? I'm just going out with the wife. We're probably not going to go out and see fireworks. My wife actually doesn't like fireworks. She has a heart murmur, and anything that startles her makes her feel like she's going to pass out. So we don't do fireworks. We will possibly look at everything that my neighbors are exploding because they did that last year. Looks like a. I mean, I know legit phone services work for families as well as selling the. I mean, there is a market for Hobbit feet somewhere. Spicy phone? Are we talking like those old 976 numbers? You get that deep voice. They're like, hey baby, I'm grilling up a chicken breast just for you. I'm seasoning that shit. I'm gonna slap it. Like that sort of shit. I don't know why I needed to Roku's the payday her day. I don't know why I needed to lower my voice like 3 octaves to do that, but that's what I imagined I'd do. Just narrate everything in that sexual chocolate voice. All right, let's get some stretching going on here, guys. Again, today is leg day, so stretching is even more important today than it is on any other day. Oh, God, and that's why it's important. That feeling right there, right in the cheeks, and where the cheeks meet the legs. So, I mention this frequently. Oh no, I collect championship belts. And WWE has a premium live event coming up, pay-per-view, called Money in the Bank. And the concept behind the Money in the Bank match, which is what this event is essentially built around, is it's a ladder match, multiple participants. I think this year it's 6. I don't think it's always been 6, but it's a lot of participants. And whoever climbs to the top of the ladder and grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase, it's always a briefcase, there's a contract inside that can be cashed in anytime over the next year for a title match. Like anytime. You just got your ass beat out in the parking lot, boom, cash it in, and I'm pinning you. So salty balls, God, yeah. That chef action there. Hello, kids. Stick them in your mouth and suck them. So anyway, it's a briefcase. They have released a commemorative event replica belt for like $600. Maybe it's $550. I don't know. It's basically the undisputed championships, exact same plates, only it has the ugliest green strap I've ever seen, and a briefcase handle at the top. I think it's fucking ugly. And a bunch of my buddies are like, "Oh, I think I'm going to get that. It's limited edition." I'm like, it's like when they were talking about Bumblebee in the Transformers movie. Hey, it's custom faded. It looks like ass, guys. Ah, okay. 2 for $50. Are we talking about the balls? Oh, I have a lot of emails here. What's going on? Ah, Jesus. People ask me the weirdest voice questions. So I have a lot of potential students that want to do some, I don't want to say unusual things, but things that I don't normally get asked for. And I have some, we'll say, gender ambiguous students. Uh, Only because they haven't really told me their gender identity, and I've had to use context clues, and based on what they want to do, I believe they're at least non-binary. But suddenly starving them, no motivation to fix it. Right? What exactly are kiddo waffles? I'm kidding. Please don't answer that. Anything's better than blue waffles. So this person wants to sing in a more high pitched feminine voice quality. That's their words. And I was like, okay, so what you're describing, I do believe we're talking about developing a falsetto voice. And I was like, there's a really long technical explanation on why that's different than regular voice. He's like, well, this lady on YouTube said that wasn't a good idea. Like, please don't learn voice technique from YouTube. That's a really horrible idea. The amount of stuff that I hear from people, they're like, well, this is what I heard. Okay, that's great, but two Kevs, one. What the fuck? Why are you like this? I know I'm taking an uber long time to stretch, but I did not work out yesterday. I didn't do a whole lot of anything yesterday. I was fucking tired. I spent a lot of time sleeping. I finally pushed myself so far and slept so little because, children, that my body was like, you're going to sleep today. He's a little teacup shorts. Jesus Christ. And since I'm going to be working the legs and not necessarily super heavy, but I'm going to wear them the fuck out, I don't want to injure myself. Again, I am 46, soon to be 47. I am short and stout. Oh, switch here. Oh, November 4th is your birthday? Nice. This much closer to stealing your ID now. Your identity, not your ID. I don't need your driver's license. I have a beard. A short beard. I trimmed that motherfucker up yesterday. Oh man, I was looking rough. Rough. My brother has the red hair and the red beard. My brother just recently transitioned to male. And I never thought I'd ever have to teach a 40-plus-year-old how to shave. And then I'm like, were you fucking adopted? Where did all this ginger come from? Ugh. Also, they're getting married is it next year or is it the year after? I think it's next year. And they're coming to Ann Arbor to do it. Chris and Asla. Asla is Turkish. Also gorgeous. We got the same taste in women. They live in California. But like all the family that we still talk to anyway are in Michigan. We have a lot of jackasses in the family. There's nobody left that I really associate with on my father's side of the family. It runs deep in the soulless ginger's world. Oh. All right. Come on. Ah. All right. Feel like that is sufficient stretching there. 1% red hair, blue Aladi da. All right. I'm going to take a quick BRB. I got to grab some water. And then we're going to get started. All right. So don't go anywhere. Joke's on you. That was not a pee break. I need to refill the bladder, not empty it right now. I took care of that before we started. I'm gonna need some gloves for this. All right. Starting off with some Bulgarian split squats, which are the bane of pretty much everyone's existence. Cat's yelling because my hands are not petting them. How dare. Miss That's what verse we're on, okay. Careless whisper of a good friend. Water. If you're lifting weights, 99% of you absolutely should be taking creatine, and it also means that you need to drink more water than you normally would when you take creatine. Otherwise, it's not doing anything. All right. And we're going to start our workout. Not doing HIIT training today. I'm going to do core later, but because I have a voice lesson, we're going to hold off on that. Okay, so again, today we're going to do Bulgarians. We're going to do sissy squats. And then depending on how I feel, that probably elevated heel squats. I cannot speak today. Kev, so proud of himself. He was a good boy. Tea break before stream. Adorable. Ooh woo. Fabbers, you spend an uncomfortable amount of time thinking about me peeing. I'm just saying. Just fixing something. Not really going anywhere. Like 2 feet behind the camera. Just hiding the mess of my laundry room that you might be able to see in the mirror. All right. How are you doing today, Clabbers? Did your message not play, or am I smoking the good shit? All right. First set. So because we are emphasizing the quads, we want to keep our back, our upper body, perpendicular to the ground, straight up and down. Got that good. And we want to bring our knee over our toes. We're not stepping out as far as we would if we were emphasizing the glute to the backside. That's later this week. So I sit all the way back on my bench, 1 foot straight out. Where the heel lands, that's a pretty good indicator of where you're supposed to stand. I have my bench inclined. It's easier to find where my back foot should go. Ugh. 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 And my legs are not the same size on each side. So how to do the split stretch? You can have it. The one I was doing earlier. Also, Shadow Body Killer, welcome in. Or like to actually do the splits. Yes. Okay, give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Ugh. All right. So the split stretch you're referring to essentially goes into what we call in dance the jazz splits. This is also a hurdler stretch. Your back leg is not straight back behind you. It's off to the side. So I sit down here. I'm just move back a little farther. Okay. So I'm going to stretch out my left leg. Which means my right leg is just bent right here. Okay. This doesn't have to be any particular angle. It's just off to the side. The farther toward immediately to your right you go, the more it's going to open up your hips. But the big thing with this is straightening out the stretched leg. So for me, this is my left leg. Okay. And I'm going to try to bring my chest to my knee. I ain't that flexible and I got a big gut. It's about as far as I can go. Stretch to the point that it is uncomfortable, not to the point that it hurts. You want to really make this more effective? Grab the tip of your foot and pull back. It's going to stretch your calf too. You can also do this, I think we called this the broken arrow stretch, where you bring your heel inside. It doesn't stretch the hip flexors as much. This opens them a different way. Same idea. Hope that helps. I did that stretch a lot when I was doing martial arts. Got to work on those vertical kicks, which I don't really have. They're not that great anymore. I can only spend a millisecond thinking about you peeing and an hour wondering what cat dropped the stinker that is wading into my bedroom. Oh, not like this. Ugh. Whew. My legs are already like, the fuck are you doing? Man, part of the reason I was late this morning streaming
I can smell you.
was because you can smell me, Lurk. Thanks for Lurk there, Clabbers. Was because I was testing out a different camera to stream with. You're very welcome. Most of you know one of my hobbies is photography. At least it was. I haven't done it forever. But I have, I don't know, about 10 grand worth of photography equipment. So I brought out my $2,000 camera with the $1,500, well, that's $1,000 lens, and hooked it up. And not the best for video. It's really no better than what I have right now, which was somewhat disappointing. And I think, I mean, I'm sure there are, there's some nuance there in that, because it's, the question is it a much of an improvement that's going to be noticed over Twitch? And that answer is no. So I just didn't stick with it. There we go. 6, 9, 10. Fuck's sake. Oh, there we go. 1, 6, 9. Oh, whew. God, those things are a bitch. Whew. Yeah, so those are Bulgarian split squats. Change that angle just a little bit so it doesn't have to look at my big old mess. So if you're working out along with me or just looking to get some workout ideas, you see these Bulgarian split squats and you struggle with them, you've never done them before and they're really fucking hard, you don't have to quite do them the way that I do them. These can be modified. First of all, you can do them body weight. Second of all, you can just do regular split squats, which is just 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. You don't have to elevate the heel. You can also use something for your balance. The important thing is knowing what you're supposed to work out, what muscle group you are working out. In this particular case, the way that I'm standing and the way that my knee is bending, the flexion in my knee, I'm bringing my knee over my toes, so it's causing this while I'm standing. That's what activates the quad. If that wasn't bending over, it would be a little more glute, backside focused. I love this version of Zombie. I've been going over like some really bad dad jokes I can use in the show I've got coming up. And a couple of my favorites. What kind of STD, not really a dad joke, I wouldn't tell this to my kids. What kind of STD do birds have? Chirpies. It's untweetable. I groaned so hard that is definitely going in the show. Yesterday, I hit Mama Jen with this one. I was like, hey, what kind of STD do fish have? And she looked at me like, please don't speak the next words that I know you want to speak. Shut up, Feifei. This is comedy. It's what kind of STD do fish have? Chlamydia. Hepatitis C. Mermaids. Feifei hits the unfollow button. All right. One more set. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shit. 10. About to fall there. How the groaning. All right. Last one. 1, 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. All right, clappers. This time the BRB is for exactly what you think it is. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. We're going to get into some sissy squats here. Sissy squats are normally performed at a hack squat machine. I don't have the spare $1,000 for a hack squat machine, so we're doing these slightly differently. Modification I learned on TikTok. This is a body weight exercise for now. I do actually have a machine on my Amazon wish list that is a combination leg press and hack squat machine, and it's under 700, so that makes it a bit of a value, because then you've got 3 exercises minimum that you can do, and that's not even including like calf raises or how many different ways you can position yourself to do leg presses. But until I get that, we're doing it this way. So you want to stand, like for me, I've got this half rack right here that I'm going to use to balance myself. That's very important, because a sissy squat is essentially you trying to do a limbo and touching your knees or bringing your knees as far forward and down as you can, keeping your body straight, bracing your core, chin down, and leaning back as far as you can, then coming back up without bending at the hips. If you have bad knees, this is not the exercise for you. However, sissy squats cause a tremendous amount of load to be placed on the quadricep, and you are going to get some massive gains here, especially if you have a hack squat machine where it becomes easier to put more load on the legs. And it's much easier to keep yourself braced and without bending. So I'm using one hand. I am standing slightly in front of my rack, or where I'm gripping. I'm gonna tuck my chin. Got my core braced, and we're just gonna go down at the knees here. I need to step forward just a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. And those are a real bitch to do. Hold on, Dreadwing has muffins. All right. I've gone so hard. No escape from the muffin. I'm hungry. Share. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane? Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! I really like Shrek. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always hungry. No, really, I am. Already, I am just feeling a massive pump in my quadriceps, both of them. And I'm favoring this side a little bit. Like, I'm getting more work on this one, so I think I need to pay attention to my foot position. That is the most fun quote. Absolutely is. And I did Shrek the musical. I directed it. I want to play Shrek like nobody's business. That show is so criminally underrated. It's hysterical. The music is good. If you have not seen it, it was on Netflix. It might not be still, but look it up. It's great. The guy that plays Farquaad in that is goddamn amazing. Farquaad has just got an amazing part. Fiona's really good too. Shrek, I'm kind of neutral on the guy they have playing Shrek. And Donkey, very talented. I don't like the music that's written for Donkey. In addition to the fact that they were very clearly looking for someone to impersonate Eddie Murphy doing this part. So there's a lot of that incorporated in. The only thing they incorporated of Mike Myers was the Scottish accent. That was it. The music that is in the musical now is better than the music that is on the Netflix version. The music has changed. They changed the dragon song. It's a much better song now than it was at the time. Donkey pot pie. The fuck. All right, Hulkamaniacs. Set to. Three, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Whew. Yeah, it's really great. I highly recommend. If you're a fan of musicals, look it up. Shrek the musical. Pinocchio's hysterical in that one too. But I directed at the high school level. I had such great students back then. The poor kid playing Shrek. For starters, he did an amazing job, and I really don't think I told him that enough. This poor kid was a sophomore and a low bass. Got thrust into a musical theater baritone role. And he just was, it was such a big role for someone that young. And he did great. But I think he was always kind of down on himself for it because he was surrounded by just this incredible cast around him. The girl we had playing Fiona was an absolute rock star from the moment she stepped on stage her freshman year. And she was a senior now, so she's just gotten better. Kid playing Donkey, he's a professional actor now. Just great stuff. Great stuff. Ugh. I got one more set of these, and then we're going to do some elevated heel squats, and then we're going to move on from there. I got to do some meal prep today. I have not done that yet. I got a whole shitload of chicken to cook. Not to mention ground beef. It has so much meat. So much meat. Come on, Faye, you're getting slow. Get rid of that. Nobody cares about that. What was I just? All I see are articles about the president stepping by, which is like all conjecture, stepping aside, which is all conjecture at this point. All right. Media is dumb. They're just looking for headlines at this point. Last set. Ugh. Ugh. 6, 7, 8. Oh, fuck me. Whew. All right. Okay, so for elevated heel squats, there's a couple things you can do. I went out and spent $20 on these foam, well, they're not really foam, they're plastic wedges. They're marked, this is 1 inch above the ground, it's 2 inches above the ground. I would assume that's 3, but I have no idea. We got 2 of these. I use these primarily for this exercise and for calf raises. Oh man, my quads are shot right now. And all this does is put just a little more emphasis on the quads. Now, when I squat, I do use a pad. I use one of these. This is the thinner foam pad. This one's Dark Iron Fitness. I believe it's the same. Yeah, it's the same company that made my weight belt. Super cheap, effective enough. All this does is keep the bar from pinching me. This particular pad, there's a lot of people online usually say don't use a pad, you can't stabilize the bar. I counter this with, yes you can, because that ain't thick enough to cause any stabilization issues. When they're saying don't use a pad, what they are specifically talking about is one of these. This is an extremely thick foam pad that is designed to provide maximum protection to wherever the bar is resting on. These are great for hip thrusts. I do not care. There's a little part in the center carved out for your neck. I don't care. Because the last time I tried to squat with this on, I couldn't control the bar. Because I was curious, because it had the neck part carved out. Or at least a section that was big enough for my neck. So don't squat with one of those. That's a horrible idea. Inexpensive versus cheap. Well, I mean, honestly, it's not cheaply made, it's just cheap in price. So there's just no need to go out and spend a fortune on something unless we're talking about like safety issues. I'm finding more and more that for like equipment, not accessories like a pad, but equipment, RitFit has some great deals on more complicated machines than what I use. Came back to Kev saying that he was curious, and now I have I'm only curious about you, buddy. So, like, RitFit makes that combination hack squat leg press machine that I'm looking at getting. It is inexpensive compared to other options, and it is at least got it's highly rated by customers. So, and that's pretty universal. Like, you can spot the bot reviews, and every company has those. But if I got one from, like, say, Rogue Fitness for $2,000, would it be a better put together piece of machinery? Probably. Also probably overkill. I don't need commercial grade. The squat rack that I'm looking at upgrading to, which I cannot do until I move into a taller space. And I still, even if I take this ceiling out, I don't think I've got the roof. I don't think I've got the room for it. But it's also made by RitFit. It is a full power rack with a cable extension. I'm sorry, with cable attachments attached to it, and a pull-up bar and safety bars It's under $600. And yeah, I'm all about that. It is, I want to say 80 inches tall. I don't remember what I have in here, but I know that the lap machine there is the limit. Like, this is about 72, 73 inches right here. So I might have 80, but it's going to be cutting it rather close down here. One of these days I do need to actually fix that. All right, I need just a little bit of a wider stance. You make sure that's centered as well. All right. So when you're doing these, it's really important to make sure that you have the correct width in your stance and that you are not going to hit anything in front of you. This is kind of a short walk back. I'm going to bring it back farther. That's better. All right. This is only 225 pounds. I don't squat heavy anymore. For a multitude of reasons, not the least of which is my back, but also that I don't trust this rack. Well, okay, I don't trust my aim with this rack. I have a tiny, tiny target on there to unload the weight, and there's just not worth the risk. I have missed this before on this side and dropped about 300 pounds. Fortunately, it dropped on the J cup, but I don't know how much trauma that thing can take from a drop. So, all right, here we go. Only thing with this, you have to do a lot of adjustments sometimes. Ugh. There we go. That's set one. Stay on target, or stay in the target, yeah. So, in an ideal world, this would be a lot taller, and I could just come up, bump the bar, and set it down to the J cups. However, this doesn't go up high enough. I'd have to squat too low for me to get the bar up. Giggity. Just not effective that way. 11:37. I'm doing all right. I got to keep my eye on the time because I had this morning a voice student registered for my earliest voice lesson slot. I didn't see it until I'd already late to start my stream. I was like, oh shit, now I got to move. All right, I'm gonna take a second to log all of my water. All right. Had 2 glasses of water, plus pre-workout, plus that. I'm at 75 ounces so far this morning. Okay. And go over to calories. Breakfast is already logged. And I've got morning snacks. There we go. Protein shake and the banana. Currently sitting at 1,004 calories. I have an allotted budget of 2,500. My maintenance level is over 3,000. So I am in, as long as I stay to my budget, I'm pointing in my pocket there where my phone is, I am eating in a caloric deficit, and in theory, I should be losing weight. I am, however, spending more time worrying about fueling my workout than I am about counting calories. And I have lost a significant amount of inches to my waist without really moving a number on the scale. On why size does actually matter. Wolverine Guy Kev on why size does actually matter. Film at 11. If you go too crazy with a caloric deficit, your workouts are going to be shit. And that is fact. Absolute fact. What are my settings on this? Why is that so different? 125, 1.6, 400. What's this one? 125, 1.7, 320. All right, let's. That seems just too much. Let's do that. All right, I'm just changing cameras to. That's better. Why is this so different? Settings are actually different. Well, it was at one point when I had them both set to the same. And then I stopped because here I'm right in front of a light. And I think also I had this light on, so it was really washing me out. There's no need for that now. And what it does is it makes this view too dark for when I'm doing, and even this is still a little bit too dark for what I'm doing on TikTok. Some of my scenes do a split screen from different angles. So if I'm doing squats here, I'll have this camera be the bottom half. It's a little bit bigger, and then I'll have it zoomed in on this camera right here, which is the smaller one up in the corner for you. That'll be the top camera, and it creates a really cool visual of multiple angles of the same workout, or the same exercise. I can't do that with every one of them because I'm not always centered in that camera. I make a lot of noises. Ugh. There we go. All right. Well, I know that a lot of times when I'm screwing with settings, I'm looking at one specific aspect. And then when I'm actually in the middle of my streams, I'm seeing the consequences of doing that. So I don't necessarily, like, honestly, what I see on my screen right now looks too bright to me. But then I come over here and I'm looking on my iPad. Now it's still a little too bright. Oh well, what do you guys think? You like it a little bit darker or a little bit brighter? And the big thing is, how bright am I here? That's really what I'm going for. And this is, it's not great for the actual room, but to actually see me on camera, that's really what's kind of important there. Ideally, I would have these lights completely, these windows completely blacked out, which I should probably do at some point. I've got the ones over there mostly blacked out. And I would have the walls be gray. I would really like that. I hate this cream wood panel bullshit. And then have more of the purple lighting on the gray. I think that would be great. Oh, fuck. All right, I just need another minute. And we'll get that last set done. I might actually call it a day at that point. I am, or at least for the morning, just because I'm going to start getting paranoid about that lesson. I will see. Red Wing, are you blowing anything up this weekend? All right, last set of these. I don't think I'll do calves this week. I'm going to do shoulders. I'm not going to do calves. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Eight, 9, 10. Oh, ooh, man. All right. Your explodey day was Monday? Oh, how your neighbors must hate you. All right. My watch has the weirdest suggestions. Like, I see you're working out. Would you like to do a check-in with your wife? So, in case you die in the middle of it, basically. Canada Day. I forgot, you're a godless socialist. Ugh. Get all this put away. Legit Chuck. It Clabbers, you wondering why I call him a godless socialist? He's from Canada. I'm glad you're chuckling. Even more questions. Look. America has cornered the market on freedom. Nobody else has freedom like America does. Because guns, God, and bacon. Real bacon. Not that ham bullshit you guys have up there. All right. I'm going to sit down for a minute. Because my lower back is like, you can go fuck yourself right now. Which is part of the reason I do not go heavier on squats than I do. And probably the entire reason I will not be going at all on calf raises. Whew. Just going to stretch that out a little bit. For those of you that don't know, I have several compressed discs in my lower spine, and putting a large load, giggity, on my back is not the smartest thing I can do. I squat heavier at commercial gyms because half of my leg workout can be done sitting down. I go to a commercial gym, I'll squat right off the bat, and I'll do 400, 450, 485, because I can stop squatting when I'm done and go do seated leg extensions, hamstring curls, leg press, calf raises. I don't have to put anything else on my spine at that point. Because believe me when I say this, after squatting that much, my back is shot for a bit. I'm constantly questioning the freedom kink. I mean, for a hot minute, we got obsessed with freedom fries rather than freedom thighs. I am so glad that somebody else remembers freedom fries. That was the dumbest fucking thing. All right, so I am questioning the, hold on, there we go. Stay. That's much better. When I have a barbell straight in the ceilings, I hate this thing. You know what it is? It's because it's not, if I was straight in front of the camera, I'd actually be right here. I have it angled off, so there's a depth perception thing going, and I can't move the camera anymore. Ideally, I would want my camera literally right here, but it's just not in the cards. Test your might. So I have to stand here and just kind of do it this way. Brain go, brrr. Hi, Beam. Good morning. How are you? All right, let's take a look what I've got on dock for shoulders, see if I'm doing any more today. All right, workout split, table of contents, leg and shoulder day. Go to the link. Lateral, front, and shrugs. I can do that. All right. Learning stuff. What are you learning? All right. We're gonna go with the 25s. All right. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Yes. Okay. Lateral extensions. These are, I always joke and call them the flat flaps. These come out to the side and in front of you, so your arms are gonna be like a Y in front of you, like this. And you want to lift more with your elbow. A lot of movements are like, well, I'm lifting with my hands. Yeah, but think of lifting with the elbow, and it becomes like one of those lateral raise machines, right? That way, you get the max amount of load on your shoulders and not bring it up too high. Like I can do this, and from here to here, it's doing nothing for my shoulder. We want to keep up here, pause, and you'll notice like my arms are like, they could probably be out like that would be better. So out like this. There we go. It's not this. This will hurt your shoulders. It's this. Again, slightly forward. Do the robot. I can't do the robot. Important forecasting stuff that goes to a lot of important people. Well, it's going to be hot as balls. There you go. I saved you a bunch of time learning shit. Six. Nine. Yeah, I'm very sweaty. Extremely. Now that's just bugging me too. I'm gonna go back to fix it. If that light wasn't there, I wouldn't care. Come on. There we go. Bottle up your sweat and sell it. There's a dumbbell there. That's a little better. Everything's off center that way. That could come down a little bit. Welcome to my stream where all I do is just the fucking camera. This time I'm not just going to back up. There. That's better. But you see how, like, it's like this is okay. My arms straight up and down. Look at that. They are at the exact same height. Now they are. And it is not in line with that at all. And it's all just because of the perspective that I have this at. I'll figure out a way that doesn't bug me later. If it was farther back, it wouldn't even make that big of a deal. Ugh. You know, like a scab or something right there. I probably shouldn't pick at it, but I'm gonna. All right. Six, seven, 8. Okay. Those of you wondering, I did go up in weight there. It's still bugging me, and it's taking everything in my being to not fix it. One thing that I do like about my real camera is that it has an altimeter right on it. So I can tell exactly how it's balanced and level. No, I'm not coming to Utah. Probably need to fix that. Unsubscribe from this bullshit. Huh. Okay. My music school manager, I have a program that automates, or a website that automates all of my admin work for me. Staple level to it. I mean, let's do this. Level. Put this right here. Actually, very close. It's just a tad off. I'm so glad that you guys get to be here and share my annoyance. Oh, okay. You see why that's so fucking annoying to me? Like, everything is correct now except for that goddamn light. Fuck. That's so damn close. But now I have to stand here. It is driving me insane. I am so tempted. Skill issues, no matter what exactly is having the skill issues. I need to move the ceiling. You're correct. I need to find a happy fucking medium is what I need to do. There. Now nothing is level. This is me. Okay, so needs to come this way a little bit. See, I had it all perfect, and now everything is fucked up. What the fuck ever. Okay. Stand right here. That light needs to come this way a little bit.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of emotional damage right now. Fuck. All right. So this way, I'm at least facing the camera, but then I'm like, see, this is me looking straight ahead. Someone needs the part with reverbs. I know, right? Okay, last set of these. Eight, 9, 10. Oh. Okay. Next off, we're going to be doing some lateral raises. Whew. I got to have time to eat and shower before my lesson. Not that it makes a huge deal because it's a virtual lesson, but still. I wonder if I hook the camera on the other side of the desk. That's a thought. I'd have to get another master mount. I want to do that. All right. Shout, shout, we're getting on out. This is he, Kev. We can't live without. Now, come on. Angle of the dangle. Only his we one to mess it all through. He can't reach this shit. All right. So I'm doing lateral raises, but I'm going to use a neutral grip. So palms are facing each other. Hands, fists are perpendicular to the ground. This is a little bit more natural for the shoulders than I found last week. That I actually got a much better pump on the anterior deltoids. That's one. Meow, meow. Not just the angle of the dangle, it's the dingle of the dongle. Ooh, man. I'm feeling it today. I am fucking feeling it all over. My shoulders, my quads, everything. So many middle fingers from my own body. Huh. You feeling it? Ooh. Oh, yeah. So many phrases I did not utter until y'all started coming to my stream. I don't even think I know what the hell ooh was at the time. But y'all motherfuckers. Ooh. Fucking shit. Ugh. 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 Fuck. Ugh. You blame high beam? Yes, we all blame high beam. Forecast calls for 120% increase in ooh. I had to knock down some of that push-up debt too. My elbow's finally feeling a bit better. Oh, my shoulders are not though. Eight, 19, 20. Whew. Oh. All right. So I got one more set, and then I am going to call it a day. I'm not going to get around to shrugs today. The trap's already pretty big. I'm not competing, so I don't see skipping them one day ain't going to kill anything. I got shit to do today. And again, the important thing is that I am losing size where it matters, not necessarily gaining size anywhere. I've already got shoulders that my stylist at or my tailor at Greenfield absolutely hates. She actually told me that I couldn't let my arms get any bigger. That was the best. It's like, this has got to stop. Every single time you come in here. Sorry, I lift heavy shit. Sometimes. All right. Last set. Let's do this. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, that's it. Oh, fuck. Whew. I don't like taking my shoulders to failure, but that was good. It's way too easy to fuck your shoulders up, and I already have bad ones. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it today. Turn off that workout. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, I'll be back tomorrow 10-ish. We're going to be doing, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing bench. So we're going to be doing chest. We're going to be doing triceps. It'll be around 10-ish. I will have the whole fan tomorrow. We'll see how that's going to impact the workout. Thank you so much, everyone that showed up. You guys are what keeps me doing this every day, because I feel immense peer pressure if I don't stream my workouts. So freedom lifts. Yes, exactly. Tomorrow's going to be the Freedom from Pants stream. If you're not already in my Discord, there's the link, and there's also some merchandise if you guys are interested in getting an official Chick-fil-A shirt or one of my coffee cups. Join my Discord. It's cool. So until tomorrow, y'all have a great night. Don't blow off any fingers.